Hey guys, how are you? It's nice to be back, but we just got a nightmare going on here. We've got major construction outside, so if you can hear all the drilling and everything going on, forgive me. There's not much I can do about it, and because it's been a few weeks since we've had a video out, a couple of weeks at least, I really wanted to get something out. I'm on a like I made a promise to myself of getting something out every week. In the last 2 weeks, I think, or a week and a half, there hasn't been one, and we haven't done any recording. Anyway, none of that really matters, does it? So we're in my space. This has to be decluttered as well. This will come up in one of the decluttering videos. It's got all the things that I love, and this actually gives you a little bit of a hint as to what I'm into. And we are going to do some of that stuff down the track. But the last couple of weeks with me has been, I've had my mum here and we were celebrating her birthday. I think Thomas is going to try and put a picture up here somewhere and you'll get to see her. And then she had a bit of a cough and it wasn't getting any better. And a week later, I had her over again and to the doctors, and I've been to the doctors, and she's all right. She's just antibiotics, like for a bit of a chest infection, but she's doing good. And myself, I just needed a week or so to process some of the stuff with my medical. But we will do a video next week on that, and I'll fill you in how we're going there. So today, what we've decided to do, because I'm really uncomfortable, even if the microphone's blocking out some of this noise out here, I'm really uncomfortable because I can just hear all this drilling going crazy, crazy. So we have some footage of the Archibald Prize, which is a major art prize in Australia. I think it's the #1 art prize for portraiture in Australia. And then there's the Sulman Prize, I think, is landscapes, and there's another one anyway. So I got to go to the National Gallery. Now, we are doing a bucket list video too, and we'll be doing that shortly because I seem to be getting through my bucket list before I record the bucket list video. So this was actually on my bucket list. Since I was a kid, I wanted to go and see the Archibald Prize entrance and the winners, and never had the opportunity to, even if I lived like 1 kilometre away. At one stage, I was probably 500 metres away from the State Gallery and just didn't go there. So not at the Archibald Prize time anyway. So today we're just going to put up some stuff that I seen on the day that I spent there and how amazing it is, and hopefully I'll be able to do some narrating. And as I said, sorry if there's any other noise, but we're just driving through with this, and now we've got the cat in the background playing with toys. So anyway, guys, here we go. At least we're doing a video. Thank you. Okay, so this is as you can see, the Art Gallery of New South Wales. And this is an absolutely amazing, amazing building, as you can see. And there's little old me at the front. And the Archibald Prize is, I think it's the most prestigious in our country. So, and the prizes, the Sulman, and there's another one, I forget the name of it. But anyway, and that's sort of sculpture and stuff like that, which I love, but I forget the name of it. So you could probably look that up. All right. And then, yeah, so sandstone, I wonder if that sandstone actually comes from where I live, because I actually live, my building is built in the quarry from when Australia was first founded, and they first actually started making buildings with sandstone in the 1800s, early 1800s. And a lot of the buildings, and I'm actually thinking that the art gallery could be part of that, but the banks and all things in Martin Place are all built from the quarry that I now live on top of. So now we are going to go to the next picture. Okay, guys, so this painting here I was just absolutely amazed with. It's called King Dingo. So apparently in portraiture, it doesn't have to be a human, because here we have an Australian native dog, and the artist that painted it was Vincent Namatjira. Now, Vincent Namatjira, obviously, in his own right, is a spectacular artist, but his grandfather, great grandfather was Albert Namatjira. Now, Albert Namatjira was without doubt one of Australia's greatest ever artists. He's an Indigenous artist, and he was a landscape artist. He was really well known for, if you can see the trees there, they're gum trees and ghost gums, that sort of thing he used to do. He used to do such amazing outback art. And look at his great-grandson. He has inherited his talent. And I just love this. Just spectacular, I thought it was. Yeah, so that's a little bit about that. But it was absolutely incredible. It was an actual huge piece of artwork, and through the course of seeing these pictures, you'll see that I think the maximum measurement you could have was 70,000 square centimeters for a piece of art, and I'm not quite sure, but you'll be able to see how small they go down to as we go along. Okay, so this one here is pretty amazing to me. It looks like a photograph, and it's funny that it, yeah, it didn't even look like a painting from distance, and even close up, it was very photographic looking, and it is actually of our Botany Bay, and they're the lights at Kurnell, which is an oil refinery. So I'm sorry to the artist that actually painted this, because I am standing in front of the sign and I forget who done it, but it was a great piece of work, and yeah, that's another one. Okay, so this painting here bemused me. All right, it is still a portrait, and it's Jason Fu of Hugo Weaving, of all people, and his alter ego having a fight. And you will say I'm quite entertained by this. If you don't know who Hugo Weaving is, Hugo Weaving is a great Australian actor. He's been in heaps of American movies, as well as Australian. He was in Priscilla, Queen of the Desert. He was the person that had the child in that movie, and he was Agent Smith in The Matrix, and that's who that's supposed to be. And I think this sort of painting is actually a bit Matrixy based. And you'll get to, I'm not going to read the description for this movie, but we're going to put it up and you'll see my face just before you get the description. That's what I loved about this painting, was actually the description. It was craziness. But another Archibald Prize entrant. Okay, this is a really, really special one. We're going to try and put some close-ups on it. You might be able to see it. This is from Robert Fielding. He is a South Australian Indigenous artist. And it's actually, if you have a really good look at it, it is dot painting. It's incredible piece of work. We're going to try and blow up one of the photos so you can actually see it. The portrait is of his grandson, and his grandson is a master spear maker, and that's probably why the spear's hanging below the painting. And this was just an absolutely mesmerizing painting. So, oh yeah, we've got actually, I'm looking at one of the close ups now, so you will be able to see it. I just was so enthralled and captivated by this painting. It was incredible. If you stood back, you would never realize that it was done by dot painting. Incredible piece of art. So this painting here, this is pretty incredible. It's just like a print of a photo. And this painting was done by Sally Ryan, of a lady called, that Australia knows very well, and so did the English actually. She's a friend of Prince Charles. Her name is Kathy Lett, and she was a author. She had a partner. She co-wrote a book called Puberty Blues. Those in England would know it. Australia, it's renowned. It's a cult classic. It was wrote in the 70s about living along the beaches. I think it was in Cronulla or something like that. And she's got, like, I think she's written about 40 books or something. But she spent a lot of time in the UK, and she's really good friends with the royal family. She knows them all, gets invited to weddings and stuff like that. And it was just a really spectacular picture, actually. And I was just amazed at how realistic the artist painted her. So Sally Brown, well done, love, well done. And it just shows Kathy Litt. She's very ostentatious, and she loves Australia, but she's got that beautiful elocution. And yeah, so I'll tell you what, do yourself a favor and look for that book, Puberty Blues. So, because it was an amazing book about being a teenager on the beaches of Australia through the 70s. So this is a gorgeous picture. This picture's we love this man in Australia. It's Neil Danaher, and I've just got to have a look. The artist is Linda Gold, and this painting is just beautiful. And if you notice, that's a hospital chair he's actually sitting in. And in Australia, a lot of our hospitals have green walls, that sort of colour, but that's definitely a hospital chair he's sitting in. He actually was coach of football club for many years, totally well respected, and then he got MND, motor neurone disease. Uh, just a beautiful man, and his family are fantastic. So he actually started a charity called Fight MND. And what happens is that at the MCG, which is where we have our grand final in Victoria for AFL, it's all over Australia, but Victoria is the main culprit for AFL. They put on a huge day for raising money, and all the stars and the footballers and the newsreaders and whatever, heaps of people get involved, and they have to dress up, and they come down a big slippery dip, and they land in a big giant, like a swimming pool, that is just all ice. And they do this in the middle of winter, and Melbourne's pretty cold in winter. And they also, if you have a look, he's got a scarf and a beanie on. So they sell those as well at the football games. And this man and I'm not sure, I know he's definitely got one daughter. I'm not sure if he's got other daughters, but definitely one daughter, because she speaks a lot on behalf of the charity. They have raised in, I think, 10 years, maybe a little bit longer. They have raised over $100 million to go to research in Australia for the fight against MND. So although it's a little bit of a sad one because Neil actually is he's having to use a computer to verbalise and that these days, but he's got the fight in him, and it was just a really poignant, beautiful, beautiful painting. So well done to Linda Gold for that one, and we love you, Neil. Okay, so this one here is a beautiful young fella. He is an actor, and 15 years old. He was nominated for 2 Logies for his performance as a lead actor in a drama. The drama's on Netflix. I'm not sure if you can get it over there, or get it in the States or Canada or the UK, but I'm sure if you got onto some streaming service, you might. It was an acclaimed drama, um, Boy Swallows Universe. He did a speech that had everybody crying at the Logies. Even you'd be able to get that on YouTube if you look up his acceptance speech at the Logies. For a 15-year-old child, just the way he spoke, and just the love for his mother and his family. Oh, just beautiful. And he has a ball, cricket ball, in this picture because he was actually asked by, I'm not sure whether it was a director or the person that painted the picture, if he could take one thing to a desert island, what would that be? And he said a cricket ball. Um, so he absolutely loves cricket, and I'm not sure maybe whether Shane Warne signed it for him or it's just a normal cricket ball, but he loves Shane Warne and he loves cricket, and just a beautiful young man. And what a spectacular painting this is. It's just absolutely incredible. And the artist is, just let me have a look here, um, is Jeremy Eden, and it's oil on canvas anyway. Just really beautiful. Oh, he's also acted in another film, and I think it was called Penguin Bloom, and he was acting with Naomi Watts in that. So, but it's just a really beautiful painting and a beautiful person. Okay, so this one here is painted by Fiona Lowry, and I don't know what it's painted in, but like it's an interesting piece. It's of another artist called very famous Australian artist called Ken Doan. So if you went to buy any sort of trinkets, if you come to Australia or whatever, you could always find Ken Doan t-shirts or key rings or mugs. I think I've even got one, as well as carpets and paintings. He done very interesting work with sailboats, and they were very, very simple. He'd do the Narrabeen Lakes and Sydney Harbour and the Harbour Bridge and all sorts of stuff like that. But yeah, the artist, I forgot her name again, so we just look for that. No, it's gone. Fiona Lowry, sorry. I'm going to get somebody to keep that in front of me. I keep losing it. Sorry. But yeah, Ken Doan. So that was an interesting painting too. Okay, this is just absolutely beautiful. I love this painting. This is called New Madonna, and it was done by Brittany Jones, and it is a self-portrait of herself and her son. So it's at a time where he is about 9 months old. So she decided to do this because she carried her son for 9 months, and then he's on Earth about the same time as she carried him. And this is just, I don't know if you've ever seen anything beautiful, this would be it, I think. It's just a stunning picture, and it just shows like mother and child and just how serene it is. The look on her face just having her child there, and I just love it so much. I don't know what else to say. It's oil on linen. So, yeah, just beautiful. Anyway, I can't say anything else. It's just a beautiful, beautiful painting. And well done to you, Brittany Jones. Okay, so this is a painting by Yolanda Gray, and it's called I Won't Wish, I Will Try. And it's of another amazing Australian artist that does her artwork in ceramics. So Yolanda, who painted this, is a West Australian painter, and yeah, it's a pretty cool painting, I think. I think, yeah, I don't know. I've only got one of that, have I? Anyway, so yeah, it was a really good painting. Um, I just love all the detail in the hands and how you can see the veins, and yeah, spectacular. Good on you, Yolanda Gray. Okay, so this painting is by Abdul, and it's of Jason Thu. Now, the person in the painting, Jason, he was the actual artist that did the earlier painting of Hugo Weaving, sort of matrixy painting, fighting himself. So they both actually made it into the Archibald Prize. They're best mates, and this Jason Fu, the actual subject of this, um, I think this is supposed to be Mongolia. I think he's got Chinese Mongolian sort of heritage. I'm not 100% sure, but something like that. And Fu won in 2015 the Sulman Prize. So he also has that Hugo one. And anyway, they're best friends. And Abdullah is based in Thailand, but he was actually born in Western Australia. And apparently they talk on the phone every single day, and they've traveled together. One of them's been the other's best man, and yeah, just a gorgeous painting. And isn't it just lovely how two friends are doing things that they love, and they get to share the beautiful stuff that they put out for the rest of us. Anyway, I'll add something else there. Sorry. So this painting actually was picked by the people that unbox all the paintings. When they arrive, they have to be delivered to the gallery, and there's a crew that curate them and unpack them and hang them on the walls at the State Gallery prior to the exhibition being opened. And they actually get to have a choice of what they would pick as the winner of the Archibald Prize. And this was the painting that they all picked for the Archibald Prize, but it didn't actually win the Archibald Prize. I'll try and put a picture of it in the winner. I can't even remember if I took a photo of it, to be quite honest. I wasn't, look, I'm sorry. The artist was probably great, but like it just wasn't my sort of thing. Anyway, like just another look at it. It's just spectacular. Just beautiful. And you see like the cartoon like birds around his head, because he actually the subject does a lot of cartoon stuff as well. Anyway, so yeah, that's sort of it. So two mates sharing art. Beautiful. And this one was my absolute favorite. It's just spectacular. So the artist is Kelly Maree, and the painting's called Jackie O. Now, the girl in this painting, her name's Jackie O, and she is actually a radio presenter over 30 years. And she just wrote a book, a memoir, and I'm not even sure what it was called, but she's over 30 years on radio with Kyle Sandilands, and they were number one for every year for probably most of that 30 years. Great partnership. And she recently wrote a book because for a period of that time she was really struggling, and she had addictions, and absolutely nobody knew. She went to work every day. She was dealing with being a single mum and all sorts of things. I'll try and find the name of the book somewhere and get it put down. Oh, it's called The Whole Truth. That's right. The Whole Truth. Anyway, I watched the interview on her after she wrote it, and I cried for her. She was just such a kind, sweet, gentle soul, and I found this painting just mesmerizing. Anyway, so this was the one. So when you go to the Archibald Prize, you actually get to vote. It's a people's vote for the painting that you pick as the Archibald Prize, and this is the one that I picked. And I think ANZ Bank are the sponsors of the Archibald Prize this year. But it's just beautiful. Like, if you have a close look, we'll try and put a close up on that dress, like the tulle, how it was painted. It just looks like a photograph. It's just absolutely incredible. And like even the changes in colour under a tan, like I think she has a spray tan on, whatever. But like you can just the detail in it, and just her beautiful, beautiful face with her beautiful soulful eyes. And I just love this painting so, so, so much. Anyway, so that's our Jackie O, painted by Kelly Maree. And well done, Kelly Maree. All right. And Kelly Maree actually says that when she was painting, in the painting process, she actually found Jackie to be so authentic and so, so kind and willing to give her time, and had nothing but beautiful things to say about it. And if you ever get to see this video, Jackie O or Kylie Maree, Australia loves both of you, because we love Jackie O and Kylie Maree. You've done something really special with this portrait. Thank you. Anyway, so that was just a bit of a rundown on what I got to see. It was just a beautiful, beautiful afternoon, and I had a girl support me with the process, come with me, and it was a really lovely, lovely day. So, Morgan, thank you for taking me. I wouldn't have been able to go by myself. So, thank you, Morgan, for taking me. And to end this video, we are going to put up just some photos of the Archibald Prize, the previous Archibald winners. There's some, look, there's great Australian singers like Peter Garrett from Midnight Oil. There's Dan Sultan, there's Missy Higgins, and Paul Kelly. And I just love, 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 love Paul Kelly. And so just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful work. And then there'll also be some other pictures of what was on this year in the Selwyn and Wynne Prizes, as well as the Archibald that I haven't spoken about. And I just hope you enjoyed that. And I had the best day, and it was another tick off my bucket list. Anyway, everybody, be blessed and grateful, and hopefully next week we can get this video done where I can chat and be looking at you. Okay, bye.